For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Terrifying medical experiments conducted in the last century, when human curiosity and the thirst for knowledge disregard ethical boundaries. Medical experiments can turn into true portrayals of cruelty. A medical experiment becomes cruel when it manipulates human behavior, shatters a volunteer's mental health, or deprives them of organs, violating their physical integrity and their ability to live a normal life. There have been dozens of such cases just in the last century. The Stanford Prison Experiment in 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo decided to conduct a curious experiment with his students. He divided them into two groups and placed them in a simulated prison at Stanford University, one group as guards, the other as inmates. At first, the students played their roles in jest, but over time the guards began to exercise both physical and psychological abuse on the prisoners, who had previously been their friends. Although Zimbardo's experiment demonstrated how human behavior can be influenced by environment, it caused lasting trauma to the young participants. Testicle transplants. In the early 20th century, Dr. Leo Stanley, a physician at San Quentin State Prison, sought to fight crime in a strange and completely inhumane way. He removed testicles from inmates and transplanted them into other living beings. Stanley believed that sterilizing men would reduce crime. He worked at the prison for around 40 years until retirement and was never punished for his unethical practices. Project South Africa. Psychiatrist Aubrey Levin, working in South Africa, experimented on his patients with a new form of terror therapy. He tortured and operated on mentally ill patients to study their reactions. Levin actively sought to treat homosexuality, which he considered a mental disorder. Those under his control were castrated in shocking and brutal ways, and the government protected his activities. Marinovsky's poison after World War I. Biochemist Grigory Marinovsky began developing a poison that would leave no trace after use. Commissioned by Soviet authorities, he was provided with human test subjects, prisoners labeled enemies of the state. Marinovsky never found the exact formula, and the number of victims who died from his poisons remains unknown. CIA secret experiments, in their attempts to create powerful biological and chemical weapons, the CIA supported numerous scientists, giving them a free hand. They developed bacteria for infection, poisons for assassination, interrogation drugs, and various mind control techniques. Volunteers were deprived of food and sleep, given hallucinogenic drugs, and then interrogated. Beyond disabling enemies, the CIA also sought ways to control and manipulate human behavior. Early mind control experiments used LSD on prostitutes and heroin-addicted prisoners. Inhuman Nazi experiments during World War II, concentration camp prisoners were forced to participate in Nazi medical experiments. Each experiment ended in death, mutilation, or the loss of basic human abilities. Volunteers were injected with substances to change eye color. Experiments were conducted to artificially create conjoined twins. Bones, nerves, and organs were transplanted, and they were infected with deadly diseases. Dr. Stefan Lanka doctors have killed more people than all wars combined. They need a paralyzing, astonishing fear of diseases caused by phantom viruses to secure a client base. We found no evidence for the existence of viruses that cause diseases. Dr. Stefan Lanka is a German researcher, virologist, and molecular biologist, known as an AIDS dissident, having questioned the existence of HIV since 1994. Over the years, he encountered shocking facts. None of the viruses associated with medicine have ever been isolated, and there is no evidence for their existence. In 2001, the German book, Vaccines, Genocide of the Third Millennium, by Lanka and Karl Krefeld was published, claiming there is still no proof of any virus. Here's a sensational interview with Dr. Lanka, which was not widely disseminated and even led to an attempt on his life. Cute-eyed Dr. Lanka, why is the idea of pathogenic viruses maintained, even though you claim they don't actually exist? A. Orthodox doctors need a paralyzing and deadly fear of diseases caused by phantom viruses. This need is based on harming many people via vaccines, thus securing a client base of chronically ill and dependent patients. Secondly, it avoids acknowledging their total failure in treating chronic diseases and the fact that they have killed more people than all wars combined. Unless we overcome this, we will be destroyed by medicine itself. Every practicing doctor realizes this, but few dare speak out. It's no wonder that physicians have the highest suicide rates of any profession. Q, aren't you exaggerating? A, unfortunately not. Anyone who opens their eyes will see things exactly this way. Ivan Illich warned of this back in 1975 in his analysis, Expropriation of Health, now republished as Medical Nemesis. I must also mention our publications, as we were the first to expose this and ask fundamental questions to modern medicine, documenting and explaining the resulting revelations. Why attack this deception now? I studied molecular biology. During my education, I proved the existence of the first virus in the ocean, in sea algae. This was first published in 1990 in a scientific journal. The virus I identified reproduces in algae, can exit one and re-enter another without causing any disease. There are over 100 million viruses in just 1 liter of seawater. No biological structure has ever been shown to do anything harmful. Biological life is founded on unity and symbiosis. There is no basis for war or destruction. That idea can only come from a sick or criminal mind. During my education, neither I nor others ever found any evidence for viruses that cause disease. Our movement, Small Action, has demanded such proof for 5 years, and we received official confirmation there is no proof of disease causing viruses, nor of the benefits of vaccination. What viruses do exist, and what do they do? A, structures labeled as viruses exist in many bacteria and simple organisms. They are integral parts of cells living in symbiosis. Viruses, like mitochondria in our cells, are building blocks, though they can leave the cell because they're not part of survival-related metabolism. They assist other cells in transporting materials and energy. No one has ever observed them doing anything harmful. The scientifically proven role of viruses in complex life is to assist and support, not to destroy. In diseases, no one has ever observed or isolated a virus in sick organisms or body fluids. Claims of disease causing viruses are an obvious scam, a deadly lie. So you believe the dangerous AIDS virus is also virtual. Not just me. Many scientists state that HIV has never been scientifically proven. Its existence is based solely on consensus. The same goes for the so-called bird flu virus. It was planned to vaccinate the population against this phantom, but no such virus has been proven. They simply don't exist. Just like a German health minister once admitted about HIV, it is assumed. Such viruses exist based on international scientific consensus. But the Spanish flu virus, allegedly responsible for tens of thousands of deaths, was genetically recreated and confirmed as bird flu, right? What was recreated was only a genetic model of a flu virus, not the virus itself. The virus has never been isolated, nor has its genetic structure. What they've done is multiply artificial genetic structures via biochemical methods. These artificially created sequences are used to simulate proteins on computers, from which an image of the virus is reconstructed. That's all. Yet the world believes the virus was recreated in a lab. This fuels fears that North Korea might produce a virus even more dangerous than H5N1, as claimed by the CIA and MI6. What's the goal of all this? Just like with the alleged smallpox virus, or the weapons of mass destruction that were never found in Iraq, these viral threats are fabrications. It is clear who the real terrorists and suicide bombers are, those who promote virus panic and contribute to it. Naturally, the pharmaceutical industry benefits greatly from the hysteria around various flu strains. Anyone waiting for the industry to act in the public's best interest is waiting in vain. Those who fail to protect themselves are making a grave mistake.